Welcome everybody to the two-man power trip, the black man's thought and the nerd lifestyle. I'm Nicholas, Mr. Go With The Flow.
And I'm the man with the plan, Maurice.
And we're back with another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast. Black Anime Podcast number 202. What's up?
What's good, bro? We are live from Hell's Front Porch.
Facts, because it's beaming, man. This whole week been blazing on a different level, man.
Real, man. This been cooking.
Yeah, speaking of cooking, the summer rains, you can never predict them, is true this week. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, once that shit is gone, like it's like nothing ever happened because this sun be blazing. That shit be following you around like that, like the Super Mario game.
Yep, we back in that sun level once again.
Yep.
And then it got humidity thrown on top of it.
Facts. Yeah, big mess all around. But on that step, we gonna step into some vibe, guys.
All right. So how did we go?
I was, kicking back to last weekend. Oh, last weekend was a trip. Last weekend was definitely a trip. So what was it? Since last we had chatted. Last weekend was me and the captain, me and Kenya out on later planned food adventures. We respect to us and the crew that had attached to us. We hit up 9 places in the 2 days we was out. So
nice.
So that first day, it was a long standing coming with a long time listener, Will. We was all chilling. It was the Kenya finally meeting Will, and we was all chilling. It was a good time had. We went to multiple adventures and shit like that. You know, we had to hit up Claw Daddy. Claw Daddy was the vibe. Yo, I'm telling you, we caught that shit right on the cusp. I love catching happy hour on the cusp. We had 15 minutes to go till happy hour was done. So when you walked up in there, I walked in there with a game plan. I ordered drinks for Will. I ordered drinks for me. I ordered drinks for Kenya. I ordered me and Will was talking about how many wings we wanted. We got all that shit, and we had them bringing everything out within that 15-minute time limit, and we got the drinking and eating and mad shit. It was really good.
Oh, that's good. That's what's up.
Yeah, we caught that shit right on the rip. It was Will's first time having a Korean corn dog at OK Dog, and she fell in love with that shit. She was like, yo, what you? We brought her around there, and she was like, yo, what the hell y'all be eating, son? And then she tried that shit. She said, oh nah, what is this? So she fell for that shit too. That shit was good. We went all the way
now.
See, we went and stopped by Bell Fries. I had to stop back there after to see the shenanigans. Like I saw the viral video going off with them girls losing their mind and causing like $25,000 worth of damage and stealing $10 from the register. That shit was reckless.
All that over sauce.
That's what I'm saying. I know $1.75 for sauce is crazy, but still, nonetheless, y'all cost way too much. Y'all was big wild. Y'all disrespecting New York, man. That shit was embarrassing.
Y'all ain't wild over the sauce, right?
That's what I'm saying. But like, come on, son. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, we got some sauce, and your boy was wilding out there because it was super hot as hell. I was having I think I had the honey buffalo because I thought that was gonna be a sweeter buffalo. But man, I was fighting. I was in the heat. I was sweating, and I was having spicy sauce. Woo, so I was kicking back on that shit. Yo, can you try to try my shit? She was like, yo, what are you? Who are you? I was like, I'm Jamaican. Shit. It's in the DNA, so that was good. We went all around after Claw Daddy's. Will and Kenya was both trying to go into Kinkies. I was like, I did looked at it for a good minute. I was like, y'all trying to go in there? And they was like, I'm not too sure. I was like, man, brush your asses up there. I know y'all want to be in there. So I kicked in the door and I was like, you already know I was off the drinks. So I was like, come on, let's go in there. What you talking about? And then once we went in there, place, I'm not gonna lie, like we didn't go upstairs, but like from first glance, it looked way smaller than I thought it was gonna be for a space of that size. Mm-hmm. But like when we went in there, they had all the shit. They had the crazy Playboy magazines and all the shit going up there, and all the Dom shit and all that extra stuff all around. And then they was having the cookies and all that extra shit all around. Yo, the shit that had me rolling most of all was when Kenya was trying to like pick up like one of the explicit cookies. Yeah. She was picking up one of the explicit cookies that if you saw on her story, like she grabbed that shit and she went up to the counter and she was trying to explain what she wanted, and yo, that shit had me dying. She was like, "Can I get one of them, fucking cookies?" And the lady at the register, she was like, "Oh nah, you gotta say it with your chest. You wanna fuck me cookies?" I was like. I was in the back dying. I was like, well, you gotta get what you gotta get. So hey, man, it's lit. It's litty. But nah. Between that and then freaking in the bathroom with all the chains and whips excite me type shit, and then the big mirror with where people, I saw like 3 girls partying going in there, and I sat there. I was like, the fuck is going on in that bathroom? And then later on in the day, we had to come back to use the bathroom, and then when we went inside, that's when I saw the big mirror, and I was like, oh, everybody out here taking like photos with all the chains and whips and shit.
So did you take a photo?
No. Everybody else that want to take a photo, go ahead, but nah, I'm good. Hey, y'all know what's up in there, so chill. So, I mean, shit was good. They enjoyed it. So, see, I mean, if niggas didn't kick in the door, niggas wasn't gonna go inside. So, shit. Like, hey, man, it's litty. That was a good time. After that, we went around. We got soft swerve and shit like that. Filled up our bellies. We was mad hungry and shit like that. And we was famished by the time we finished. And then we head back home and everything was chill. And then, like, after wiping the crust out my eyes, I get another message, and it's our old boy Chef Q hitting us up. Talk about, yo, son, I don't want to be inside. I want to be outside. I was like, oh man. And then I looked at Kenya. She looked at me, and we was both like, man, I know we was out eating yesterday, but we really ain't got nothing in the fridge right now. So we decided to go out for round 2. We scraped ourselves out the bed, and we was like, yeah, all right, we gonna go see what's going on out in the city. So we went with Q. Shit was funny all around. We was making jokes all around. Shit was a good time. We hit up the patacon spot. We hit up the pizza spot. We hit up we got Brija tacos. Got boba. Like shit was nice. Shit was chill. Shit was nice. Jokes galore all around and stuff like that. But weekend was big flex. That shit was a good time.
That's good.
How was your weekend?
It was good. Saturday I went driving. So
hey,
more practice.
Get that ready.
Sunday I chilled. I think I strained my hand doing laundry. That kicked in around Tuesday.
I definitely feel that pain because I don't know, my hand nowadays have just been hitting straight cramp modes that I just do not like.
It was because I was pre-washing and wrinking out stuff, and I was like, it didn't hit me until Tuesday. I was like, oh, it was like it hurt to make a fist, and I was like,
that later pain is ridiculous.
And I was like, okay, I know what that is. So I chilled out on it for a day or two. It's fine. I was like, that's what that was. So I was over here in the last episode. I was like, my hand.
Yeah.
Don't know it. I was like, that's equally wrong. Shit. I was trying to figure out. I was like, am I getting carpal tunnel?
I hate that shit, bro. I really hate that shit. That shit makes me antsy.
Yeah, and I thought about it and I was like, oh, I know.
I be feeling it from residual workouts and moving my wrist like that shit, and then it just be at the randomest time. I would just be chilling in the bed, and then my hand starts doing the freaking Stranger Thing twist, and I'm like, fuck.
So, okay. I was like, oh, never mind. I know what happened. Yeah, it's my fault.
when you remember when you fucked up and that shit finally come back to bite at you.
Yeah. So it's okay now. It's practice.
That's good.
Yeah. So Monday was pretty quiet. No BS.
That's good.
Tuesday was pretty much more the same. Wednesday, I actually went in the office. I did a little yearly visit. So
yeah. Yeah, that must have been not only a weird time to be that, but like you go into the office during the heat wave.
I went as soon as I left my house. I was like,
no. Why y'all choose now?
I was like,
facts. So, I mean, it's not even like other places was any better. I heard the heat wave in the UK was crazy.
My boss said it was like 100 degrees out there. And what's weird about UK is that they really don't have, because of the normal climate, they don't have ACs.
Yeah, I just heard about that shit. I was listening to some of the podcasts, and they was talking about in the comments. They was like, y'all don't have AC, and they was like, yeah, y'all Americans is mad privilege out here. I was like, y'all really don't have AC? Jesus Christ.
It's not inside the houses. It's not a
That's
common
crazy. I couldn't imagine that right now, yo.
So over there, typically it doesn't get that hot.
Jeez,
but with
bro,
I guess the way global warming and shit is happening.
Yo,
now,
I keep making the joke every time scientists come up to us all the time talking about climate change. Niggas be laughing and avoiding climate change. When the climate be changing, niggas be like, "What's going on?" I be like, "Climate changing."
Boy, if I was out there, you don't know how fast I would have put together a retrofit AC or something. I was like, listen,
man, please,
man, with the plan, with the K, what would the plan for this?
Facts.
Because we are not doing that.
Would have been a K&D moment where you see a operation thrown down and everything, yo. We creating that shit out of nothing.
Yeah, so I'd have had to make something happen.
Industrial shit right now. It's bugging.
Yeah, but what's like, this is why I'm always in the office, because this is where the AC is.
Yes,
like,
100%. Every opportunity I took for Wednesday to be in a cooling center or something that be cool, I took that because all the other spaces was like hard to breathe type shit.
So when I went into the office was cool.
That's what's up.
So I was in there, I was chilling, going in to do some work, looking at some inventory that was there that I need to go through. So I was doing that and just meeting some of the new people at work that and my old peoples that I haven't seen in a year.
Hey.
So I saw a good amount of people. My squad was good. So that Wednesday was good. And like I said, after work, I went to go meet you and Peter. And as soon as I stepped outside, I was like, oh, hell.
And poor Peter, who was trying to keep up with you, he was bulldozing your way straight to the spot.
Listen,
he was probably calling you for blocks.
He said he was chasing me for like 2 blocks because I had tunnel vision. It was like, I think our reservation was like for 7:15.
Yeah, it's that heat running.
I walked out of there at 7:10. I was like, listen, I'm about to clear these 4 blocks and like a minute. I'm trying to get the hell out of this heat.
I believe you on that because once I put in the spot, I was like, I mean, I can hold the spot for y'all. It don't even matter. I pulled up and I told her about the reservation, the name of that shit, and I was like, all right, nah, y'all good, y'all on hold.
Yeah, and I was like, so I saw Peter when I went to go cross over the street. I was like, I looked to my left. I was like, oh, hey, Peter.
Man, at that point, you was playing Katamari Damacy. You was mowing everything down. And homie was on the back of your tail. You didn't even realize.
Yeah, I saw you. I just happened to look left.
Yeah, that nigga was hanging on for dear life. Like, damn, son. Damn, you didn't give me the last 4 blocks, bro.
Yo, mind you, I had my bag. My bag was heavy because I had my work laptop and stuff with me.
Damn, in that heat, I don't want to be imagining carrying no damn laptop and no heat.
I had my laptop, my headset, all that stuff.
Oh,
Came in this office to bring all that with me just because I needed to take a call or something, which I didn't wind up doing. But
hurt, yeah.
So I was hard. I was
Nah, I heard that, but nah. Wednesday, last night was fire though. Out there, the barbecue was hitting. Barbecue was good, and just the discussion and you know, future projects, probably, you know, doing some shit for probably the Twitch or whatever the hell we got coming up for fun times, you know, with Game Master Peter straight handling stuff for us and making that maneuver and work and stuff like that. But it was a good time hanging out with the boys and getting the chat up, especially when we missed that other time from before.
Oh, and so I forgot on Tuesday, every now and again I will mess with Jack, so I will pop on the stream. Yeah. So on Tuesday I popped up on the stream on the NXT review. And just to mess with Jack knows.
Oh yeah.
Had to throw a little Goldberg in there. Jack was killing off.
Bruh. Not Oldberg.
Yeah, he was like, who wrote that? Like, I know who that is. I was like,
Niggas just lucky we don't do this shit live. We do this shit live. People be popping in just to mess with us.
I know. They would, because I know sometimes I do it to them. Here we go.
100%. They said menace for menace back. I heard that.
Ah, man. It's always fun popping into that and chilling with that.
Facts. Shout outs to Jack, man. Always good setup. And we gonna do something for you later. We gonna have that conversation been waiting to have.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, for the rest of my week, it was pretty much work and just trying to get through this last week of my trainee training for the most part, except for like Wednesday where she came in for like the test with my supervisor and pretty much like kind of tank shit.
So what happened? Was it just writer's block?
I don't know. I don't know. It was like a. That's why every day for like training, I have to like sign off that we actually did shit. So like I got like paperwork full of that, and then they hit me with an email like close to 4 p.m. to like write down all the information that I taught her and fill out the spreadsheet and stuff like that. I wrote like halfway of all the information, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write the rest of this shit tomorrow, because it was like hitting 4:30 at that point. I was like, y'all sent me this. They could have sent me that. They had that email prompt ready to go from like the day before, and then they sent me that shit at like 4 p.m. making me like want to write out all the detail. I'm like, I'm writing out halfway, and I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna be able to write out all the information now. So I'm like, y'all gonna see this shit tomorrow. So that's gonna be handled with that. But nonetheless, it's like this shit's crazy. But nah, I don't know what happened, because what's funny is I gave her a playlist the day before. Like I gave her like the entire detail packet on like what like the next day for my supervisor, she asked me to give her like 5 patients so she could like redo on her own, and I gave her the 5 patients that I ran through with her the day before.
You know what's funny? I'm trying to picture you in training mode. Cause I got this mental picture.
I was showing her the whole go through it again, and then I had her do it hands on without hitting the submit button, so she didn't have to like. So that one wasn't even covered, so she'd know everything to do, like to hit submit. And then they're calling me right at the very beginning. I was like, damn, is that bad? like I had to sit there for mad stuff for her to work, and then I left, and then I got multiple calls all the way until it was lunchtime, and then I had to dip. I was like, nah, bro, what's going on?
Did she really train? Are you sure?
Well, I got all the signatures signed off that said she was trained with packets and all this information. So I don't know, man. At that point, that's on y'all, because I mean, I signed off she signed off on all the work that's being done. So
hey, you did your part.
Yeah, that's why I got the proof. So I don't know. So tomorrow's supposed to be the final day. So we'll see if that continues on from that point. Because I mean, I don't know. To leave her by herself to do whatever is, I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely Flex Friday for you for sure. But yeah, that was kind of the. Anything else on the side note for that? Nah, that was kind of the weak situation that went down for that. So so switching into off the cuff for this week. All right. So for off the cuff, it's something simple. I said it's all about manifesting destinations for the future. So recently we've been seeing the homies all out here going to BlerdCon. We seen the homies go all out here for DreamCon. I've been seeing years for homies popping out to DragonCon, and etc. and go forth. Mm-hmm. So I want to take this time out to definitely put it at the forefront that Blerd By Nature is manifesting these destinations that we about to pop up. We trying to get these press passes. We trying to get this work. We trying to do this work. We trying to see what's good and grow the podcast the way we do. And we want to be around with a fresh people be. Because apparently DreamCon was the best smelling con ever that people all around ever been to. So I want to be around that, because I've been around funk before. So Jesus.
Listen, I'm all with that. Let's manifest all of it.
Facts, man.
Yes, I want to go to the good smelling con.
Facts. and it's gonna be viable reasons to actually travel to these spots. I mean, for BlerdCon, that shit was out in DC, and that's one of our starting trips. So yes. I have no problem hitting back up to DC again. Texas, even though Texas must have been motherfucking hot this weekend, but I ain't seen nobody sweat.
See, so Texas is dry, and so I haven't been to Texas. It's been a bit. It's been 6 years. But yeah, Texas is dry heat, so it's manageable. It's not like this nasty New York humidity.
I don't think I've ever been to Texas before. I don't even know. Shit, I don't got no memories. I don't think I've been to Texas. Ooh, okay. I think it's so. I mean, as a starter on the list, I mean, manifesting these travels, manifesting this work, manifesting these growth.
So we going to Japan, man. When we going to Japan?
January. Trying to manifest. Yeah, I'm telling you, son. 2023 about to be manifesting travel. Man. Travel and work, man. Travel and work. Get this work and get this travel and get these adventures and these experiences. Especially shout outs to my boys in Dormtainment, Cam and Rome. Just came back from a 2-week freaking montage of seeing the world and shit like that, from Africa to Egypt to Tanzania apparently, because we've been all saying it wrong. Tanzania.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently they went there and they said we've been saying it wrong all our lives. Is Tanzania.
Okay.
So shout outs to the homies telling their whole adventures and shit like that, getting me inspired and shit like that. Talk about the travels is not about just traveling. Travels is about meant to discover and explore and shit like that. And these niggas is right. I feel fully all of my melanated people all went out and enjoyed themselves, and I am fully energized to go out and try to enjoy myself. Shit, not you want to talk about inspiration and comic boosting? I've been boosted. I'm ready.
Okay, all right then. Let's
shit. If you ain't seen from my messages, seeing Sky High, I was definitely on that mood. So yes, Blerd By Nature trying to go out.
So you trying to do Mario Kart in Japan? You trying to do Mario Kart in Japan?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, especially if shit go right with you next week, boy. We all laced up for that shit. Oh no, shit. We all laced up for ready.
Right? Oh, so 2023 should be fun.
Yeah, we definitely trying to look on the up. Trying to look on that ups coming up for sure. But yeah, I mean, do you have any? I mean, just to throw it back on you, since it's just not only me. Well, I mean, some manifestations. What you trying to manifest for these kind destinations? What's on the lookouts and stuff that you want?
So of course, like you said, we'll see what the New York cons look like. We'll have to check up on those.
But I mean, things are trying to lock us out. That's for sure. Because I was also showing you that the Anime NYC has turned way further. It looked like we're gonna have to scrap for either Friday or Sunday at this point.
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah, Saturday is gone now, and all weekends is gone, and yeah, it's the bottom of the barrel hitting this much, pretty much.
Yeah, what is on, man? And then New York Comic Con too is just kind of.
New York Comic Con is strange. I never expected that shit to not sell out like Anime NYC is finally actually engulfed New York Comic Con, which I never thought I'd see today.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, man, shit is strange. Shit is, when it comes to New York Comic Con this year, shit seemed like tumbleweed. Like very few and in between niggas talking about that shit. But Anime NYC, woo! Bring the towels, North Carolina. Put it over your head like a helicopter. That shit crazy.
Yeah, wow. Like, what a year.
Times change, man. Times change.
Different year make you.
Yep. So I mean, just like that, we manifest though.
We trying to manifest some money. So we can travel.
Yep. Some opportunities.
Right.
It don't even gotta be just the money. The money gonna be there for traveling. But if y'all niggas want to handle some shit that will save the money, then yeah, perfect. If we don't got to get these tickets and y'all gonna hand us these tickets so we can save money, just go on flights.
Thank you. Hopefully when we come back from wherever we go, we all wind up back in the bizarre world.
Here we go. Let's go. Yeah. Cause that shit was too funny. I saw that on the Dormtainment page when they came back to Miami and it was full of like a rainstorm and shit like that. That shit reminded me so much of when we came back from Amsterdam and it was just
listen, I'm still crazy. We didn't come back. We came back to a different Earth than we left.
We did, obviously, because we was about to leave on that other flight and we didn't know how bad that shit was gonna get. Then we came back and them little sniffles was actually more of a problem than we thought.
Like we left from Earth 2. We left from Earth 2 and came back to Earth 55. I don't know what the hell's going on around here.
Oh, panda mommy going on at that point. Like, damn.
Like, man, we should
the same.
We got back on the plane.
Yeah, the way how we was hollering from beforehand, shit.
Right? Like, man, should turn back around.
Should have got me some more cookies. That's what it is.
Yo, I knew you was gonna bring those
shit. Motherfucking cookies.
Shout outs to Pepper Knots.
Yeah, Pepper Knots. Send that shit to America, bro. What's your? Stop playing the games, man. Send us more bowls. Send us, man, Pepper Knots.
Man, you know how hard it was to get the bowls last time.
Yes, that's why I still got the bottle in my fridge. I'm not letting it go. No, I'm not. I'm not letting it go. I'm not drinking the last drop until we head back.
Oh man.
That shit will not be drunk the last drop until I get another bottle.
Oh man.
Bowls will not securely leave the fridge.
Nah, we need to get you the clicky stuff in the red bottle.
Yeah.
Send that shit all. The hill cooking bowls.
Send that shit like a care packet.
I miss Chaputos.
Oh, please. How many times have I showed everybody the videos of that shit? Chaputos it's always missed. Shit. But yeah, that's off the cuff for manifesting that good shit. We gonna say 2023 looking up and more opportunities. That's what we trying to grab at.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Alright, so going into our small subsection discussion on nerd and reboot news. We starting off with the number one, and Jack's definitely asking and everybody's asking. So let's start off. Finally, co-host, the Chippendale Rescue Rangers reboot movie, small review. Let's talk about it.
All right, we could definitely talk about it because I saw it. It was lit.
There we go. All right, let's chat, man. What you think? What's some memorable stuff that you've seen, and what you want to talk about this movie?
I enjoyed the crap out of this movie. I was popping left and right. I popped for Baloo.
Yeah. Oh boy, the Baloo with the new makeover, man.
Yo, and then they had the Coca-Cola polar bear. I was like, what is going on?
That movie was an instant Easter egg popper, like no stopper, man.
I'm like, the antagonist was Big Time Pete. I was like,
Big Time Pete, which, I mean, everybody talking about that controversy and what it follows from the voice acting and shit like that. But nonetheless, I thought it was such a really good idea of how you mess with them and put them in the bootleg movies and shit like that. That's thinking out the box. I like that shit, because I remember I was one of those people who over the years I had some bootleg movies off that shit too.
Facts. And I was like, oh, Peter, I was like, okay, I like this.
Yeah, man, Big Top Pete was doing that bullshit.
Yeah, and then the reject Gumby, I'm like,
yo, son, J.K. Simmons again playing a dangerous character with a mustache, man. When he pull up, man, it's a dangerous threat. And I mean, I know he plays so many iconic roles, and we've even reviewed some of that shit when we did the Korra review all the way back when he was Aang's son and shit like that. But like, I can't stop not hearing Omni-Man. So when he does some things like dangerous or ruthless, that shit just be stuck in my head. Because like if you think about it, his Gumby powers is like, if you can't find like the simplest way to handle that shit could have been extra dangerous. Because the way how he was folding up on that girl and pulling out all that dangerous shit like that, if she couldn't stop him, he was definitely out to murder her.
And I like the way the animation and the CGI just flowed together.
I like
one
it too.
Didn't feel out of place.
A lot of people was arguing. I saw a couple of reviews that was like, yeah, this don't merge together, and I was like, I don't see it that way at all. I like the way how this merged, man.
Yeah, nothing seemed out of place. It's just like a view that we had live.
I feel like this movie was an animation flex with the way how they was balancing everything like that.
Yeah, and I was popping left and right for the Rescue Rangers. I was like, okay, like, we doing this.
Yeah, you popping for the Rescue Rangers, but it's time to talk about the real hero of the movie. Let's talk about Ugly Sonic. Let's talk about the double bag. Let's talk about the double bag. Yo, shout outs to the team known as the people who handled the Sonic. They are living the money this year. Not only was Sonic 2 a big success, not only was Sonic 1 a big success, the internet themselves cyberbullied these motherfuckers into taking Ugly Sonic and mix and matching him so he looked like the beautiful Sonic we got today. They make all their bread from making the highest grossing video game film known to man, and then just as an easy flex, nobody saw this shit coming, but Ugly Sonic made his way into the Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie, and he's a main component throughout the damn movie. I didn't see that shit coming.
Nah, I didn't either, and boy, Ugly Sonic creeps me out every time I see one screen.
They got a bag off that shit. Talk about the biggest flex. You had to spend extra money to animate the motherfucker better, only to put the ugly motherfucker in another movie for him to catch a bag still, y'all.
No
it's
wasted
meme
resource.
Culture. It's yes, perfect. Get your money. Yo, if you think your first thing don't work out, your second thing will work out better, and then one day your second thing will work out so much better that your first thing could live in infamy and you can still make a bag. Respect.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, Disney knows all about that. I mean, respect to shout outs to Oswald, friggin' Mickey's brother that nobody wants to talk about, Oswald the Rabbit, that they turned into a video game not too long ago. Like, bro, this is how you fix your failures.
Yo, that fight scene with Reject Gumby.
Oh my god, man. Everything he did, that shit was hilarious, man. Everything. The jokes. It was like, I mean, obviously I was the villain. Like, come on. Oh, yo, can we talk about that time where he tried to give that sad ass backstory? He was like, psych.
Yeah, he's like, I can't even
Shit was great, man. Shit was great. That's the kind of thing that makes you want to watch the old school episodes too.
Yeah, man.
The way how that girl was a fan and shit like that, shit was great.
They did so good with that, you know.
Yeah, between the fly and the girl having like 40 kids.
Oh yes, yo.
Oh my god. And then the motherfucker was voiced by the Allstate man. So you know she was in good hands.
Every time he talked, I'm like, wow.
Bro, you know she was in good hands. That's why they got 40 kids.
Right? Yeah, talk about shooting up the club. I'm like, man.
He is the club, man. That her whole shit the club for sure. Yeah. The whole party up in there. Between them and can we talk about our boy, the other one being a cheese crack fiend?
Yeah, Monterey Jack.
Monterey Jack was down bad.
Mm-hmm. Yo, he always been a fiend for cheese. So,
but nah, they got it down bad. He looked like a crack fiend, man. Nigga said I can't get off the Gouda, bro.
They had me rolling when they was in the police station. Like, oh, who got that cheap Rescue Ranger cologne? Only one person wears that.
Yo, son. Between that and friggin', can we talk about the underground cheese mine that they don't even just sell the cheese, they sell the cheese smell. So it would hook people.
Getting high off the cheese supply.
Oh my god. Between that and then friggin' there's so much going down. There's so much in this movie. The movie, also shout outs to the movie doing the one thing that I requested for sure. The movie made a nod to the Darkwing Duck reboot.
And right at the end, Darkwing go, boo. I'm like, I
was like, bro, son, between that and the freaking Post Malone joke, like, nah, this movie was way better than I had any wish that it could. Like, that's a reboot with some heart. I give it to him. That was a reboot with some heart.
Yes, they did. They did so good with that. It exceeded the expectations I had for it.
Yeah, both of ours for sure. Cause we was following the trailer and we said we'd see how this shit goes out, and this shit was a banger. That's why I kept asking for weeks if you watched it, man.
When we first heard about it, we was like, I was like, what? We'll see. And like, okay.
I saw the trailer. I was like, all right, there's some animation flexes here, but I want to see where they go. And boy, did they go and they stick some landings, man. I like the joke.
Yeah, they did good. They did good.
Yep. I remember watching that shit at 2 a.m. at the captain's house, and I was like, I sit there and I was like, damn, this shit good. Rescue Rangers.
The theme always slapped, and it's like, I was like, as soon as it popped, I was singing along. The words came back like it was yesterday. I was facts. Like, oh, let's go.
That shit don't leave your subconscious. But that's what's up. So yeah, we big thumbs up from both of us. We can finally put that to rest with the reboot news. But yeah, now we big shout outs to this movie for sure. Recommend anybody to go watch that shit. Yeah. Yep. All right. Now on the second bit of nerd/reboot news, guess what we about to talk about? Guess what's getting the reboot?
I don't know if I want to guess now.
Nah, you don't gotta guess. Too late. Pop-Up Girls getting another reboot.
No, we are not doing this again.
Yeah, they doing it again.
We are not doing this again.
So, folks.
Absolutely not.
Folks.
No. No, I'm on this Alpha 6 energy. No. We are not doing this.
So, folks, once again, they are trying for the third time, officially on American soil. They're trying again with these Powerpuff Girls. They're trying again. This time, they said the only thing different is it's by the actual creator who did it original. So it's gonna be, I guess if they can bring everybody back for this round, they can actually try again for real. I guess the last time they got all the voices together and it was a new guy, and the new guy was very creepy because the guy who worked on it put himself in the story to have a love story with Blossom. The shit was extra weird. did, but now they're gonna try again with this third reboot, which I don't know, man.
Hasn't Mojo Jojo been through enough? Leave it alone.
Well, ask
Leave
Xavier
it alone, people.
Ask Austin Creed / Xavier Woods. He in San Diego Comic-Con dressed up like Mojo Jojo's / Kurapika kinda. But yeah, yeah, Mojo Jojo about to get his ass whooped for the third in canon series.
Don't do it. Put it in the ground with the other one.
Oh, speaking of that,
don't you dare do it, co-host.
They said.
Don't you say it.
They said that it's still in the works. We talk about all things this episode, all conversations. So it looked like Powerpuff Girls won't stay gone. Either form, they rise. I don't know why.
No.
Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know why all of this stuff is happening, but I don't know. Niggas picked an IP and they really about to work it, so it look like 2023 about to be the year of Powerpuff stuff.
I'm about to get a shovel and bang him back down to the ground. We are not doing this.
Yeah, you better pull a Luffy and push that zombie back down because
we're not doing this.
Shit.
Next time, I need you to hurry up and just bury this CW thing so it never sees the light of day.
It look like regardless of if CW is around or not, that shit trying to fight. That shit digging its way out. I was dead not expecting any news to go by, and these niggas had to hit it up. They was like, yeah, we hear about the animated shit that's going on, but we're still filming live. I was like, oh word. And I checked the timeline for that. I was like, is this a recent? I was like, that shit was announced 2 days ago. I was like, oh shit. I specifically didn't send you the link because I was ready. I saw that shit. I was like, oh, we talking about it. Yep. But beside that reboot, we also got a reboot for. Did you ever watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids?
I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, so that was my generation. So yeah, Foster's Home for Imaginary Kids was a show based on a kid named Mac and his blue ghost named Blue, who it was like a home for after kids got about too old in their age for imaginary kids. They would leave their animated imaginary friends goodbye at this house that would just house them and stuff like that. It had a movie. To begin the show. And the show ran for multiple seasons on different incarnations, crossovers, and mad shit, man. So it was a good show at the time. It showed off a lot of good stuff. So it was a good show, but to see it rebooted is interesting. I mean, it never got its like finite finale. It was one of those shows that kind of just got canceled and threw away by the wayside. So, I mean, if they want to reboot to continue it, to maybe give it a finite finale one day or something like that, sure. But I don't know what they want to do with the reboot. It's up to them. And as long as they got creators behind it, I guess they're going to do something. There's that.
You know, watch this. Leave it alone. Keep it in the ground. Don't do it. Go work on something else.
Well, there you go. And you know my stance. My stance is Hollywood apparently just don't or cannot find the creativity to do anything else. So here you go.
I have no problem with reboots, but you've tried and you failed, and you tried and you failed.
Well, keep that energy in mind because we're about to talk about something else. But before that, so San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now as we speak, which, man, that shit flew by me. The dates keep pulling up, and I keep July flew by so fast that I didn't realize what's going on. So today is the first day of San Diego Comic-Con. They're releasing a whole bunch of information and a whole bunch of stuff. So San Diego Comic-Con, they decided to do it big and they make a lot of announcements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions on like what they could announce, like any genre of any shows or anything like that? You think anything from Marvel, or they could announce anything big wrestling wise, or just what kind of announcements do you kind of predict they'll make at San Diego Comic-Con?
Well, the Undertaker was there, so
yeah, I surprised. Yo, I'm telling you, ever since Mark retired, my son just hopping up doing shit. He said, Comic-Con, shit, I'm coming through, bandana and all.
Right? I was like, oh, it's the American Badass. Well,
yeah, he pulled up, bouncing, hopping, hugging, looking like he came out from the streets. Like, right? Like Mark just out here doing shit.
Like, I'm just in the neighborhood.
Literally. Shit, no hat, no coat, no nothing. Don't expect no dead man no more. Right. It's all Mark, baby. Mark, baby.
Yeah, so that was good. In terms of things to expect, it's always interesting around time.
Fact, you literally be out and about chilling, and you check your phone, and they be making big announcements and shit like that. Like I'm hyped for whatever they trying to do. A lot of people putting down, Phase 4 of Marvel, so I guess they got to come in with the heat. They got to tell us something that's going down. Maybe. So they got to drop some info on that shit. DC got to come with shit. They got all that controversy on their hands, so they got to drop some shit. Black Black Adam out here is a panel on Saturday, so The Rock gonna do some shit.
At home, maybe we'll get a new season of Yasuke or Cannon Buster.
They ain't let LaShawn Thomas into the door. They said, what? They said, who? Sorry, sir. Afro Samurai ended a while ago.
Oh, shit!
And, sir, we're already doing a reboot of Trigun. Get the hell out of my face.
Oh, no.
Sorry, sir. We're not doing that here. Yeah, nah. We're not. I mean, last time I checked, I saw a lot of stuff on DreamCon. Did you see LaShawn at DreamCon? Did you see LaShawn at BlerdCon?
Nah,
I didn't hear not one bit of business or anybody was. If he was there, nobody was around him. So I don't know. I guess he was not in the community because
like this was Yasuke.
Must know by now.
Oh,
shit. I don't
honestly,
know.
I'm just hoping for some new stuff.
Oh yeah, big time. I'm already getting the announcements and stuff like that, and I'm gonna talk about something later in the news too. But yeah, I'm hyped now. Now that I feel like things is rolling again, and they talk about like E3 coming back next year, and all these cons, popping back up. It looks like they're reinstating the life back into these conventions to actually make announcements and shit like that I'm excited about. So I'm here for it. So San Diego Comic-Con, whatever you got this weekend, drop that big news. So I'm hyped for the next year for shit to come. So that's fire. Switching over, I wanted to get your opinions. Have you seen the cast of Yu Yu Hakusho, the live action? What's the looks of all 4 members and stuff like that? I'm waiting to see the reveal for some more characters, because now that we got the main 4, I'm trying to see Botan, Keiko, like everybody else. But the main 4, what's your take on the looks? How you feel about the looks?
I'm on the fence. I gotta see them in action. I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
Especially Kuwabara. He's already kind of the hair thing.
I think overall that so far I don't got a problem with the main cast. I do agree that I gotta see them more in action. The Kuwabara hair is the only thing that's really like any kind of peeve with me. I'd rather they not get rid of the Pompadour. I think Pompadour just was a standing out measure. I guess it's a modern day thing, but I kind of feel like niggas still rock Pompadours or something like. And the orange hair, like the look is fire. The image beforehand that they put out of Kuwabara, I wasn't even too sure if it was Kuwabara and more thinking it was Junior. But when they had the cast all together, I think Yusuke looks fine. They could do the strands of hair or keep it the same, whatever they want to do. Karama looked perfect. The messy hair and shit like that, the longness of the hair is perfectly fine. I thought Hiei looked interesting. Hiei looked interesting, and the eyes actually tie more into a story overall, that if they want to follow up with his family and shit like that would be interesting as well. And to do his green skin, they'd have to CGI that is up, so I really need to see that all in action to see how the hell that runs. But everybody who's drawing like the animated version of like a updated look and shit like that is giving me more interest in the leeway with the live characters. Like the drawings that I've seen so far and the concept that could turn into concept art of this shit actually looks pretty good, so it's giving its leeway. But like you guys said, and I agree, I gotta see more movement out of this shit, and if they can do something right, I mean, give them credit, because this is a high road and shit like that. But it ain't. I don't think it's, even though it's Netflix's name attached to it, I don't think it's an American studio working on it. So that's always a big up when it comes to these live action shit. At least they was all Asian, so that's important.
Yeah, that's true. And so I like comparing to, for example, the One Piece.
Yeah, I don't like when they did the geeked up thing and they were showing that they haven't filmed anything. They just have the pretty sets and shit like that. I was like, that's cool and all, but I'm still nervous. I still need y'all to film shit, because Yu Yu Hakusho is, even though it's full of demons and shit like that, it's grounded and like city level shit like that. Like One Piece is extremely wacky. Like you're just gonna have to constantly pull out the CGI for shit, and that is already a, I don't know, man. Y'all better be ready to drop money. Yep. Shit. And speaking of Oda out here big flexing and shit like that, talking that talk. I don't know if you seen his little message and shit like that, but he pulled out a message that said, for all of y'all that think One Piece is too long and shit like that, right now this nigga on the 25th anniversary of this nigga manga, this guy had the audacity to talk about, if you read One Piece from this point on, you getting the real shit. This nigga said all the shit he did beforehand, 25 years of pain and suffering we saw through the manga, he said that shit was filler. What? This nigga said going forward, the next chapter that dropped, right when we getting into the final saga, he said niggas can read from now, right now, cause this is One Piece. What a flex!
So I said, appreciate y'all money for this last 25 years, but yeah, this is what's really here go the actual story.
When I heard that, at that second, he became Isayama. This nigga starting to write Attack on Titan. Niggas is about to drop bodies. I feel like niggas about to drop bodies. Bodies. Her, him, her. Bodies. Yo, this shit about to get crazy.
I thank you for letting me know the jumping in point.
Apparently, yeah, he told the entire world that everything else was filler. So going forward, this shit about to be crazy. Nigga, he has TikTok and social media in a tizzy. Niggas calling it filler piece now. Cause we about to get the real shit now. This shit crazy. 25 years of filler crazy. This nigga was bodying the manga role with filler.
We thought Naruto had filler. Ooh, boy,
this shit crazy right now. All the suffering and pain for 25 years for this nigga to drop that. That's crazy. I can't. Yo, Oda's a flex machine. And honestly, I believe him. I 300%. That's how good One Piece is. This nigga. And I was thinking about it too after all this stuff is set so well, and I'm like, damn, this nigga could be telling the truth. That makes me so hyped for this next chapter. Whatever the hell drop next, I hope the world is reading. Shit about to get crazy.
There we go.
What? This nigga took a month break and lost his goddamn mind. That's crazy. I'm hyped for that. But nonetheless, switching over to more news because we news is coming out the wazoo. Yeah, we saw it in the group chat. Peter talked about it. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers are teaming up again. Let's go. That's the kind of announcements that I'm trying to hear, bro. We back out here, and yo, if they trying to drop more comics, I'm ready for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Renaissance. I'm trying to see the last Ronin in animated form. I'm trying to see the Power Rangers TMNT team up in animated form, just like y'all did the Batman movie. I'm trying to see all that shit. Like,
give me DLC to the game.
Yes! Oh my god, if they're in Battlefield Grid, let's go! Oh, let's go, man. I'm hyped. So how you feel about that shit? More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Power Rangers team up?
Yes, I'm happy. I'm on board.
Let's go, son. We merging beauties out here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles catching their renaissance on all fields. Video games, you heard about the Cowabunga collection?
Yeah, I did.
Yo, son, like, shit just... It's between that, the Shredder's Revenge making bank, the last Ronin firing off. I know they got animated shit ready. They got the new movies for the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where they animation is fire. Like, everything rolling on all cylinders for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Action figures, video games, TV, comics, everything going. It looking up for Turtles. If you a turtle, you looking up, baby.
Yeah, I love being a turtle.
That's hashtag 2020 right now. Them niggas living. They said if you're not part of that turtle life, you a bitch ass bunny.
Right?
Shit. But yeah, that's great. What's not doing too great, I guess, is the Monsters. The last time I talked to you about the Monsters getting a reboot, well, since that time, these niggas have announced that Monsters reboot movie is going straight to DVD.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw a new trailer. That shit said it's going straight to DVD and digital in September. They didn't even say which digital service it was. They was just out here plugging that this shit was on DVD. I was like, damn, that's rough. How many things you see go straight to DVD nowadays?
Not a lot. Well, say WWE movies and John Cena movies.
So you already know that's already a bad precedent.
Mm-hmm.
Sheesh. So I mean, shout outs to whatever the hell Rob Zombie was doing. Straight to DVD ain't too great, but hopefully you get your money back.
Yeah, man. I hope so.
Yep. So between that and then the last two news, so today they also released. I didn't know. This is about to be probably the conversation of like one part of the weekend, but apparently they're releasing like a Dungeons and Dragons movie next year, and they dropped the trailer for it, and the shit actually looked quite heat. Like, niggas wasn't too sure, but the cast is looking all together, and shit is interesting. They're shooting on the superhero genre in the trailer and shit like that. They sending shots, but nonetheless, I mean, the shit look cool. Shit look put together. They made this announcement as like this was like the first thing that got out from San Diego Comic-Con, so this was already a big news or something. I'll send you the link for the trailer afterwards, and you can be the judge on that, how you feel about that. But so far, what I've seen so far, trailer looks cool. So I mean, I'm always down for them trying something else. I was hearing news that they did try. Did you ever hear about the Dungeons and Dragons movie that they did before, all the way years ago?
No.
There's like one, I think back in like late 80s or the 90s or something like that that they tried. But I mean, you know, shit goes under the radar. And honestly, if it's movies that go under the radar that people really never saw before and that you want to do over again because, you know, the genre is popular and shit like that, I'm for it. And it's something, you know, interesting for nerd culture in general. So I'm pretty sure for it. And then we'll see how you feel about it after I send you the trailer. All right. And then the last bit of news is they released the trailer for Halloween Ends. After 50 years, they guarantee us that it's the end of Michael Myers and his sister Jamie Lee Curtis's rivalry. How you feel about Halloween Ends? Because we talked about Halloween Kills last time and the super scene of Michael. Yeah. Pretty fucking much. So I don't know, man. I don't know. They said this is about to be the end point, but after the last movie, I don't even know how you kill this motherfucker.
Listen, it better be something. It's gonna have to be something epic. Cause I don't know. It got to be.
They are hyping it up. They are talking about a rivalry come to end after 50 years.
Jamie Lee Curtis gonna come out as a tribal chief.
Got to. She got to smash him and stack him up and burn him up and blow him up.
Yeah, she's like, Michael Myers, you're the two, but I'm the what?
Well, she was always the oldest sister, so she said, I'm number one. I was the first one born anyway.
Oh, man. I don't know how you...
I don't know either, man. I don't know how this ends, but hopefully it ends. And can we be it as it may, it's been running for 50 years. Can we call it a day with Michael? Can we ever truly call it a day with Michael? Are we finally done with... Talk about something with a reboot legacy. This shit got mad movies. I know y'all love Michael, but can we give it a rest?
I don't know. You know what? Freddy might have to take him out.
Lord Jesus.
Freddy might be the only one that can do it.
Unless that's the only thing that I would want. If this is the end of Michael, then the only time I want to see that nigga ever pop up is if we doing like a horror villain versus movies. I'm still waiting. They didn't wasn't they talk about doing the Freddy versus Jason 2 yet? Like what's going on? Are they not trying to do more horror movie villains versus horror movie villains again?
They need to make it happen.
Like I feel like that's the next genre of fun to be worked with. So that's doing that. So I mean that's the end of reboot and nerd news, because that filled up a whole bunch. We got a whole bunch going down. Yep. So you ready? It's time.
Is it time?
Yep. It's time for the main event. Main event segment. I know we've been talking for a while, but it's time to kick into the main drive of this shit. Let's get it. A Shot of Kurosake anime review, baby. We doing a classic. A thing that's about to get rebooted too. So it just all correlates and everything. We doing Trigun episode 1 and 2 today, baby. Let's get it.
So I thought it was clobbering time, but okay.
Well, we about to find out. Shit. So here is some history and some fast facts for you, because I got a bunch. So, called Trigun for show. Japanese manga written by Yoshihiro Naitao. The third of the space operas. Now we reviewed Bebop, we reviewed Outlaw Star. Now we finally come to the third, the holy trinity of the space operas back in the 90s, the anime style. So we here with Trigun, produced by Dark Horse Manga, an English publisher, on the monthly shonen series that dropped out, the shonen series. It ran from April 95 to January of 97. Then their sequel series, Trigun Maximum, which turned into a seinen series, ran from 97 to 2007. Studio Madhouse and Crunchyroll through Funimation had produced this with under TV Tokyo. And the anime itself ran from April 98 to September 98 with only 26 episodes and 1 season so far. So this is currently streaming on Hulu and Crunchy, with a reboot planned coming soon by the name of Stampede, done by Crunchyroll and Studio Orange. So that's where, if you guys seen the trailer, that's mostly like the CGI that they're working with and all that shit. To give an overview, pretty much, legend speaks of a rare gunslinger going around with a bounty high with mere mentions of his name, sending fear across the land. We're trying to find out who can find and challenge this person or collect that bounty overall. So that's the end of my fast facts and news. Co-host, do you have anything to add to that news portion?
Oh, no, you covered it.
All right, so let's step into episode 1, the $6 billion man.
Yeah, man. So the episode starts with our vintage Funimation logo.
Yep. Caught that right off the rip. Classic logo.
And then we got the opening theme, which I really like.
It's a jam with visuals. You got the funniness of the series that is to come with the heavy metal and the action set up in the world and shit like that. It's really good. Yep. And it's a classic banger.
So the comedy gold, I liked it. Worked. Yep. So the episode starts and we see this bar in the desert.
Deserted land. And does that not feel too familiar to the other two? I feel like we are. These are definitely the space opera like trio because this is how we started all of the other ones. We started in this bar.
Yeah, exactly. And so they're talking. The patrons in the bar are talking about Vash the Stampede.
Yep, they was talking all that shit about how he the 6 Billy bounty man and how everybody got capped off at that last town that they heard of. Like they speaking straight rumors of homie.
Yeah, they're talking about how he crazy, how he be killing everybody. He'll kill men, women, and children.
Yeah, no remorse. Everybody catching these hands ready to eat for everybody.
Meanwhile, we get our first intro to Vash, who's just actually chilling in the bar.
Facts. Easy go. Imagine niggas running amok about your name and you just be chilling in the bar like, I ain't doing none of that shit. Y'all niggas cap.
And so it looks like the bartender or someone went to go outside and open the door, and they scream and they run.
Yep.
All the patrons in the bar looking like, yo, what the hell is going on? They start pulling out their guns.
Yeah, they got the blicky on them. They stay strapped.
Right, and it was like, son. He was like, what the hell is going on? And then, son, they just let loose.
They did this bar fucking dirty. They blew the bar top straight off.
Son, they obliterated everything.
Yeah, man. If whoever the nigga that got insurance on this motherfucker or own this motherfucker got to be tight as hell, man. We just starting right in the first 5 minutes, and your shit get blown to smithereens.
So first they cut the whole half of the building.
Yeah, the top straight off, right off rip.
And then all you see is bullets. Swiss cheese and everything. I'm like, wow.
Tom and Jerry threw your shit.
And then after all that, all you see is the bar stool and Vash with his drink.
Standing there unshot.
Right? Unshot. I'm like, how? How?
Everybody in the bar patrons, everybody flew away, got blasted away. You only got Vash standing tall and chilling, so you already know this had to be something different.
Right? So son, he get up, he put out his drink, and we see Vash in his red coat, his little orange spectacles here.
Yep.
Right?
So we see some group and some dude, and they all realize who they got before them, and that's when Vash readies his gun.
Yeah, he readies his gun.
He readies his gun.
Only two. Click.
Well, we about to find out. Later on, because when he readies his gun, they shift all the way over to a bar owner. Go to the we flash forward to the bar owner talking to the sheriff about the incident that happened. Pretty much that he explaining Vash ran through the bar and everything was destroyed, but there was no death. There was a bunch of injuries, but there was no death.
Yeah.
And the sheriff was like, "Oh, all right, word. Tell me where to find them." So sheriff went out to go find them and I guess handle the situation. So in the meantime, we see two ladies pull up to another bar, and this is where we get our introduction
to Millie.
Millie Strife and Meryl Strife and Millie Thompson, yo.
Yep.
And them something else. But they pulled goons for sure. But they pull up into the bar and friggin' Millie, whole friggin' brolic ass Millie with her big ass gun spooked the shit out of the patrons around in this bar. But they went all the way in the top, and you know what they asked for? They asking for Sundays and milk tea.
They're like,
niggas, the dudes was acting wild. They was like, nah, you know where you at. This is a bar. What you asking for all that shit? And that's when Millie dropped her blicky on them and they was like, yo, that shit was like Rock Lee dropping his weights. They was like, yo, that shit make a big ass thud. That's a gun?
Yep, they was like, oh, nah, we better not mess with her.
She trying to take out an artillery fucking tank.
And the way she picked it up with ease.
That's what I'm saying. Them niggas was shook. They was like, oh, nah, that ain't no pretty little lady.
They're like, nah, we don't want this smoke. We don't want it.
Scared to hug. Nah.
We don't need us.
Fact. So the girl said they looking for Vash for business. They trying to handle some business. And Vash's rep is trash. They think he's he's someone else. Like they talking about how he a big fat dude with a mohawk, and everybody giving like these different descriptions out of who the hell Vash could be and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like, who is this Vash? Like, yeah, he's big. This Vash is strong.
Yeah, he coming with a crew of dudes and shit like that. And he come tearing up shit with his boomerang. They was giving all these kind of descriptions that you like, wait, what?
And then you got really over there like calming the dudes in the corner down because he's like, nah, so listen, I'm not gonna beat y'all up today.
Yeah,
well, maybe I will, but I don't know. No, I'm not.
Relax. If we want that smoke, we come back.
Right? Like, I'm on the clock.
Yeah. So we flash forward and we got the big dude and his crew looking for the real Vash. They looking around and stuff like that. And,
okay, that's it. Yo, the big dude reminds me of Pudgy Pig from Power.
Facts. He's giving me Fist of the North Star villain, only fat. Like he is definitely generic Mad Max biker gang leader. Mm-hmm. So you got the whole crew looking for Vash, and then you got Vash who pops up out the ground, but he is seen and found by some old dude that he just knocks out real quick. And then instantly in that moment we get the flashback that you was talking about earlier.
Yeah, so he went to go shoot his gun. He's like, click, 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 click. Oh, I got no bullets. Oh, shit. Like, let me exit stage left. Oh, shit.
Yup, and then they started spraying on him, and you saw the dodge work real quick. Yeah. This nigga said, oh, shit, and then he went on his way.
And so at this point, he's over here trying to get some bullets from the old dude that he knocked out.
Yeah.
And then here come the other dude.
I was dying at this shit. This nigga could not be no stealth ass nigga at all. Every time he did anything, some nigga around the corner was snitching. He was like, hey, he's over here. Motherfucker, he threw the gun at the bitch.
Yo, he threw the gun at him. I'm like, bruh.
I literally got in my nose, man. He ain't good at this. He took out the homie with the thrown weapon, but they on his ass, and he getting tired. He getting hungry and tired.
Yo, the fact, every time he like they shoot at him, get pew, 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 pew,
yeah, he knocks out one nigga, and he thinks he's safe until them niggas is really on their ass.
And then he's like, I'm over here. He starts shooting.
Yo, I was down when he was playing around with the crewman, drawing his face onto
the face.
Onto the rocks with the fucking bullets.
Yes, I'm like, wow.
But these niggas, but I said these niggas stay snitching with no fear. Even when he stole the gun from the guy and pointed it at him, he's still snitching. And he's like, you don't care about your life, bro?
He's like, you don't care about your wife and kids? He's like, I don't have no kids. And women find me posted. I
was dead.
I was
this nigga literally said, I have nothing to lose. Shoot me, bro. But I know they gonna catch your ass though.
So I'm like, wow. So I was like, bro, damn. And Vaz is sitting there like, okay. And then as he says that, here comes the sickle again.
Yep.
Halfway through the boat and hitting his own man.
Yep. No, not one bit of care. When he take them both out, you saw his man's was way more mangled up and bleeding.
Yeah. He's like, Papa. He's like, nah, you did your part. Like, Vaz like, you gonna do your homie like that? He's like, nah, that's not my homie. That's just my business associate.
Facts. Like I said, he's under his own regime. If he gets knocked out, that's on his medical.
Yeah. He's like, I'm trying to collect this bounty, yo.
Facts. And then we got the Vash said he can't stand the look of blood.
Yeah. I'm like, really?
Yo, I like how old dude kicked his man's right into Vash to hold him down. He kicked him perfectly, so he landed arms straight out to him.
Exactly, yo. I'm like, wow.
And that shit actually worked because once he grabbed a hold of Vash, like he got to tie him up.
Yeah, it's like, ooh. I'm like, yeah. And then we oh man.
Then we got Millie and Meryl pull up to the damn situation at the worst time
on some Chiboko looking things. I'm like, what? I'm like, what are those? They're like, we here. Like, oh
yeah. They said they hear from the insurance society for Vash to tell him off on all the damages and shit like that he be doing going through the town.
Right. It's like, son, you calling to go to the insurance company. Money.
Facts. Everybody premium going way up because of your ass.
Yeah, we here to put a stop to hit my car.
Mm-hmm. And then in the midst of that shit, the sheriff pulls up. And he said he is Loose Ruth, who's a bounty hunter in hiding this whole time. That he been trying to gun for the money. So you're like, goddamn, everybody pulling out the woodwork.
Like, oh, everybody after you. Like, man, insurance company want you, bounty hunters want you.
The realest shit that we ever heard here is that the insurance company is looking for a nigga in anime because you know them niggas be causing damage. Imagine the insurance company coming for Goku.
They're like, you a liability, son. You got to go.
Facts.
Man, Goku. They probably still looking for Goku. Like, you done blew up planet.
He said, how we like? What's going going on, bro? How we can't find this random farmer nigga?
Right. So at this point, we get like a little cutscene graphic here, and then our bounty hunter goes over talking. Vash, who's kind of tied up right now, like, oh. And then Billy and them are just trying to figure things out. Like, yo, we got some donuts for somebody.
Yep.
We just trying to keep the peace.
They got the food and the stuff, and like in the midst of that, we got the middle of the episode stinger plays while everyone was confused about what's going on, and then we return back into the episode. The girls try to speak between the dudes and the guy got everybody got the wrong info.
Yep.
Everybody thinking whoever else is Vash's Stampede is Vash's Stampede, and everybody going back in a circle and roundabout all the way, while actual Vash is just kind of chilling, trying to get away from all this shit.
Yeah, like you're Vash's Stampede. No, you're Vash.
No,
he was Vash's Stampede.
I thought of that fucking freaking SpongeBob episode. You're Squidward, I'm Squidward, everybody's Squidward.
Right.
Anybody else around here that's Squidward? Meow.
So got all stand up. Somebody about to get shot.
Fact.
Somebody was about to get shot.
It's a standoff. But in the meantime, the real Vash is out of here.
I was wondering about Billy. We got the boo boo boo. We got the fighting going on.
Yep.
Sickles and guns and all kinds of stuff flying. I'm like, ooh, animation looks good. Millie and Meryl's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, facts.
Like Billy bust out. I'm like, Billy bust out your gun.
She said she was like, it's not ready for. She's like, it's serious, but it's not that serious for the smoke cannon buster.
And then it's so funny because you see them right away on the horse thingies.
Yo.
And then you see Vash
running. Like, bro, what kind of mock speed you on, bro? We on top of these chickens.
Right? And I'm trying to figure out how you got untied.
Yeah. And then got the untied and got the energy, and then he swiped her food.
Word. Like, where you getting all this? And then keeping up with the animal. Like,
facts the whole time through.
Bro, like, we ain't come to save you.
Yeah.
And Vash like, nah, give me them donuts back. I need the energy.
Niggas stole the food and dipped with them pretty much.
Right.
And they explain that they are the disaster investigators doing their job.
Yep. They're like, listen, the insurance company sent us out here because you causing a lot of damage and you raise rates and we ain't with it. You're a liability. We gotta keep an eye on you 24/7.
But that's the thing. Meryl is not believing that this guy could even possibly be Vash, because she was like, she gave this nigga $10, a personal travel just to go dip. So she gave him one of the chickens and then gave him a warning, and then they gave him a warning that was pretty much about him. And then I was like, all right, so you paid him, you fed him, and then you gave him travel space so he doesn't have to walk all the way back into town. I said Vash out here being the OG scammer.
Right? I'm like, how don't nobody know you?
Shit, man. I guess nobody had a perfect description of the old boy with the flat top, so I could work it.
Right? And here they come with more food. They them got blowed off the little ledge.
Yo, the way how these girls blew themselves back into the battlefield, that shit was crazy.
It's like, we come offering gifts. Please don't shoot us.
So Ruth and the boss decide on splitting the bounty, and everyone trying to get at Vash pretty much.
Shoot, can I get a piece of this bounty?
I mean, it's 60 bill. I think that's more enough to go around, my guy.
Right.
So the girls get tied up, and
and
the dude and old boss dude is acting real cringy again.
Bird, I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, this nigga said you wanna die in pleasure, or you want pleasure before your death. I'm like, all right.
I'm like, oh, you doing, buddy?
Yup.
Doing way now.
Shit is a mess.
Get your big ass out of here.
So in the midst of all this mess going down, Vash coming in high speed on this damn chicken, coming back to help him out.
Yo, son, he's like, yeah, nah, yo, oh, y'all, hold on.
Fact.
Like, do. Oh, Marshall. Yeah, the way that Vash was moving on that chicken, I'm like, yo.
Facts.
Son trying to shoot him, he dodging bullets, and
then in the midst of this stuff, he just dodging and using bodies and shit.
Falls off the chicken.
Yep.
And Millie and Meryl get released because they get shot. Their ropes get shot, so they out of there.
Yeah, but Vash out here big flexing with his skill low key though.
Yeah.
Vash shows off his dodge ability, his dodge counter pretty much.
Yeah,
by the way he took out the boss.
Yo, the fact that he was hiding behind somebody and they popped out, I'm like, yo, then dodged up the hill. I'm like, ooh.
Yo, that shit that fucked up and had the boss in a turning pretzel with some wild shit to see.
Yeah, son.
To see his body do that shit was wild.
Right, then he got that smile on his face. I'm like, oh shit, here we go.
And then here come Ruth's bitch ass thinking he could take in shit. Yo, I heard when Ruth got taken out by that fucking boomerang, all I heard was that black dynamite scene where this nigga threw in the boomerang, and then he came into the next room and they took out the evil dude's hand. He was like, I threw that shit before I came in the room.
Yo, the fact is, he dead that big pig mouth. Yo, he did him dirty.
Yo, he did them both dirty and flexed on him. And then he worked off off he basically said he worked off the money that he owed, and then the fucking bomb blew off.
Son, when that bomb went off, I was like, ooh.
That was definitely a perfect the town is saved moment. Like they stopped the bad guys and shit like that. But then in comes the fucking landslide to destroy the rest of the damn town.
Seeing old boy under the boomerang like,
Facts. So you know, this is the realest part of the show. You know, the next thing we gotta see is Meryl writing up the fucking report for the explosion that destroyed into the city. I'm like, damn, y'all really are damage report.
Right? It's like, oh, Meryl. I'm like, shit.
I know you dumb. I'd be dumb tight having to write up. Like, do you know how many people don't want to do the paperwork at their job, and now you got to do one for the landslide? Right, and you didn't even catch Vash.
Right, I felt. Meryl, I felt. Oh.
Facts, especially because she was doing that shit on a typewriter, a space typewriter. Come on, my nigga. Come on. Where's the technology, guys? Should be like 20, 50 something. Like, come on, bruh.
Well, at least you don't have a ghosty head.
Oh my. Well, there you go. There's positives and lights. There's no Alpha 6 or no ghosty head. Yeah, we do. Shit. So Vash is on his way in his travels, and more stories to come about him. We got the ending play, and what did you think about the ending theme?
I like the ending theme too, y'all.
Yeah, I thought it was vibes for the travels, and then they hit us with the next episode preview, and then that pretty much closes out the episode. So what was your final impression on the first episode?
Jokes galore. I liked it.
Fact.
It held my attention throughout the whole thing. Vash is a hot mess.
Yep.
Really,
funny. I like the vibe of funny protagonists that can still whip ass. I don't know how it slid by that there was no crossover in space or something, or a little nod to each other. But Bebop and Outlaw Star and Trigun should have all did. I mean, they were all around pretty much the same time. But that shit seemed like it was destined to be like passing ships in the night or something like that, because these are like three protagonists that can go from funny to beating your ass in like 2.5.
For real, it's like
these are the protagonists I like. They're pretty freaking quality and shit like that. Yeah, I agree. The episode's funny as fuck.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I said Vash is completely mismatched from jump, but his personality and skill shows he's a hard worker with respect, funny guys with skill. That's a total clown. Everyone here getting caught up really had me chuckle. Like, them niggas did not think Vash is Vash, or they got convinced that Vash wasn't Vash this whole time. This nigga was playing y'all for Boo Boo the Fool.
Real.
And then I said I definitely want to follow him to his next adventure, not on like a story hook, but more like I like this character. I like the characters of the show, so I want to follow.
So I enjoyed it. Like I said, I was invested in the characters. I was like, oh, I like this. I like the comedy. I like the presentation and everything. And I was invested. I was like, okay, let's continue.
Right. And continue we shall, because we're going into episode 2, The Truth of Mistake.
So of course we got our vintage Funimation logo, and along with our Nitro theme again.
Same vibe.
Oh, poor Millie Lou. I was doing all that paperwork.
Yep.
Intro, I was like, oh, I felt
definitely know the pain now.
Right? That'll let your level of work, buddy. And you gotta play that stuff.
Facts. Big facts.
So I know you felt that.
Oh, big time.
Right? And I was like, ooh, I said, intro still a bop, the little expanded version.
Yep. So we go into the episode and we start out with a shootout. Nigga said we gonna start this episode hot. We see old man with the blicky. We see everybody out here with the gun toting and shit like that. We see Vash out here battling with the old man, shot for shot.
Right? And it's like pew pew pew. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, Vash caught and rolling and shit like that, and then like, into the title screen. Like, damn.
Yeah, I'm like, sir, who you fighting? This little dude. Yo, the dude that he was shooting at him like some old governor. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, the fuck. So we switch back into the episode, and we're back with Meryl and Millie now. They're in a town with big chickens, but they got no waters.
No water. Town is all damaged, and they see someone like, yeah, this dude just did PK over here. This place ain't safe. They ain't got no water here. This bullshit. I'm out of here.
Bro, I was dying the second I heard in the background somebody said, what in Tarnation? I said, not the Tarnation.
The Tarnation. And boy, when they hit that well, they thought they was gonna get some water. They
was sick.
It was like, ah.
People was big mad about the Vash damage. Everything blamed on Vash. Vash got to change his name at this point,
right?
So they go around and they try to figure where they can find water or anything at all. They pull up to this house and they ask for water, and a hand pops out and gives them the water. And then the girls look up and they like, oh shit, it's the guy that they don't believe is Vash,
right? The only Vash, right? The what? Like, oh, it's you again. I'm like,
in this new house, because he's now the bodyguard,
and I'm like, ain't nobody nobody put a wanted poster you know where?
Apparently not. They don't believe in that shit here.
Like, don't nobody know what you
Apparently fucking not. And then he's, as he bodyguards, the ladies have brought a peace offering, which was basically a donut. So you already know, homie had to take a piece of that.
Right? And he's like, so I'm like, son, how?
There you go. I mean, he's still
eating up people donuts still. Eating up people donuts still. I'm like, Millie and Mel, y'all ain't put two and two together yet?
He said, respect the hustle. I'm hungry.
Right?
So yeah, so see the old man pull up to the invite. So he invited them in. His name is Cliff Caesar, and he trying to protect himself and hired Vash because of, you know, high value and stuff like that. He trying to protect himself out here in these streets.
Everybody out here kind of blinking.
Yep.
And he was like, ooh. I was like, okay. Like son was like, listen, I catch you.
Shit. And then we are introduced to also his he's protecting his what is this? I think it was his boss's daughter.
Yeah.
So his boss's daughter named Marianne Alcazar. So
yeah, her name was weird. I was like, what?
Yeah, Marianne Alcazar. The shit was weird, but in the midst of the she get introduced, we see Vash over there with his dumbass sexy face trying to show himself off. This nigga's a big clown.
Yeah, and Meryl was like,
she was not feeling that shit at all. Vash was trying to feel all up on her, bro.
Yeah, Vash was like, no, let's.
I said when Cliff came to present her and she was behind that curtain, I was like, was she waiting there behind the curtain the whole time for her introduction? Because there was like no space back there to do anything else.
Hey,
so she had to just.
Sometimes you gotta make an entrance.
That is funny.
Right, the curtain. Oh.
That shit was funny.
And then Meryl was talking to old dude and like, what?
Shit. So Vash talks about something oldish about bullets of love, and when he shot it out with the finger guns, Meryl sells it like she got shot. So already got vibes upon vibes there.
Right. Yeah, Meryl's something else.
Facts. So Meryl trying to chat with Cliff, and in the midst of her taking Cliff to the side under the damn sheet, she violates the hell out of our boy here, out of Vash. She slanders his name and shit like that.
So he ain't shit.
But in the major time, like Meryl is so convinced that that's not Vash. But in the meantime, Cliff explains his reasoning for hiring Vash because he said he could use his name as a rumor. So he's assuming that this guy probably isn't Vash, but he's like, yo, if I say Vash is in the house or Vash is here at
somebody gonna do it.
Exactly. Somebody gonna try and test it, and then she's like, nah, bro, you're not ready.
Yeah, son. Like, and then next thing you know, right, we see them cooking in the kitchen, and I'm confused.
Yeah, I have no clue with that.
Yeah, like they cooking, they washing dishes. We see Vash pop in the kitchen. Like, what's going on here? He's like, okay, I'll leave y'all alone. So I don't know how we got here.
I don't either.
And then we see Millie drink.
Millie, yo, son, when I tell you Millie something else, man, Millie be something else.
Millie her chick. That's what she is.
Yo. Millie is fucking.
I don't know how Millie got this job.
Millie knows how to maneuver the streets.
Mm-hmm. And then next thing we see Vash in his dark room. Like,
yo, I like one more second on Millie, yo. I was like, I asked her when she was drinking for the tap. I was like, she alright, dog. I said her Millie ain't rocking on every block, huh?
Oh well, you know what? I guess they maybe still probably thirsty for the other town.
They definitely are.
So Millie was like, ooh, water.
Yeah, that's what she said in her head. She's like, tap or not, I'm rocking over here. So her Millie rock sturdy right now. Yeah. So we move on forward. We got Vash. He heard that the bath water was running, and he takes it to that point where he finna pee. And I said, yo, this is a horny nigga Me Too alert of classic anime niggas for sure. Yeah. This is our call to them damn moments that'll get you canceled today. Yeah. Vash out here trying to catch himself a little peeky peek when he shouldn't be doing that shit. He heard bathwater. He thought that was a signal, but he should have thought in his own mind that this was not a signal for a decent person.
He's like, I'm going to perv time, man.
Mm-hmm. And when he tried that shit, he went down and he ran straight into Millie. Instead, he was looking for Marianne, but he ran straight into Millie. Where he had to come up with some cockamamie lie to make it seem like he wasn't trying to do what he was trying to do.
Like we know what's up. Shit. We know what's up. Like, yeah, you thought you was gonna get over, buddy, huh?
Nope. All this extra shit coming together. Oh my god, it's a mess.
Yeah, for real. And then we get another graphic.
Pretty much.
Which is always nice. I like the fact that they throw these nice little graphics, nice artwork. And then next Millie and Meryl. Boy, how much snacks do they got?
A whole bunch.
Because son, it's like every somebody got a new box.
A whole bunch.
Pass me some pepper nuts.
Yes. Bring us that shit. If Vash ain't ran through that place.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mari, like when the ladies talked to Mari early, she was acting sus in front of Meryl, and then they out here eating dinner, discussing water controls for Cliff, and Mari calls him out on hoarding that against the people in the town, and then she gets up angrily from the table, like right when Cliff is explaining his whole reasoning and shit like that. But it looked like Mari wasn't fucking with it at all.
Right, so she did. We see her in that room. She got a piece too. I was like, oh
yeah, stay strapped. So Vash finds himself acting out a bit too horny and pretty much punches himself.
Yeah, right.
To stay calm and shit like that. But that's our mid-episode stinger.
Keep it together, man. Keep it together.
Pretty much, he said, "I can't let the horny win."
Right.
So we see the girls. They're eating by the water, watching just the area in general. While Mari get dressed, hiding the blicky when Vash comes in and talks to her because she ready for some rogue work.
Right, because he get out of pocket.
Fact. So Mari talks to Vash about wanting to travel, but her father being overprotective and Vash being weird to this girl not feeling him. Like every time he tries to play the heroic, I'm gonna take you out of this village and shit like that, make you feel special and shit like that. When this girl entirely isn't feeling him, feels just extra awkward. She's trying to have him hit the okie doke pretty much.
Right, she's like, go away.
He like, no.
Like, go away, please.
Nope.
Like, David, take a hit.
Apparently he can't. He's all smooshed up. Right. So they found bloody bandages and think about the break in a few days. So while distracted, pretty much Mari disappears, and they're looking for Mari and Cliff all around. That's when they saw the bloody bandages, and Vash is just lost in horny feeling.
Yeah, he jumps out the window, right? Then he sees Meryl.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you doing? And so they're arguing a little bit. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck?
Pretty much.
But first he jumps from the window and it falls on.
Yeah,
got that part. Like, oh, and Meryl ain't happy about it. It's like, why you on me?
Well, shit.
And it's funny because Millie over here just eating her snacks, watching the whole thing go down.
Yep.
It's like, Millie, you ain't gonna help. Nah, Meryl, you got this. And at this point, they still don't suspect that comment. Like you said, they go back in the house, and they're like, where did everybody go, co-host?
No clue. Where did they go? At all. I mean, I guess they're all in a mean search for the water and shit. so yeah, everybody disappeared, and then so Millie out here thinks it was a ghost that took up everybody, and Marilyn pretty much found out Vash was being nasty, and that she pretty much pressed him into the switch for the hideout. So when he pulled the switch for the hideout, they kind of like switched over to Mary running into Cliff, and then we find out that, I mean, what we was thinking earlier on was pretty much it, that Mari was acting sus because Mari is the marshal in disguise. So she's surprised on him, and she finds where she is at. She finds all the hoarding Cliff has been doing for the whole town for the water, because he feels he's righteous enough to keep all the water for himself and let the town pretty much fucking die of dehydration.
Yeah, building blocks of ice and shit. I'm like, oh, you.
Yeah, he's literal corporate greed and shit.
Right.
So she tries to arrest him, but she's still injured from the last encounter. And Cliff got Cliff got all the blickies hiding inside his freaking jacket pocket and shit like that.
Son, how many you got?
My son got like 8 guns on pocket, and he don't even got to be shooting that.
Son put the work on her. Ooh.
Yep. Cliff inflicts pain, but right when he was about to like finito her shit, Vash and the girls arrive and interrupt pretty much. Yeah. I said, when Vash actually landed into the water and got up, I saw his hair that is supposed to be the look of his new reboot. I saw it at that moment. I was like, you can put that shit side by side. So that's how that looks on that. And then in the midst of that, after they come out the water, Cliff aims to shoot Vash, but he's quick, but he sells it with fear. Like he catches people off guard because he sells it like he's the actual Vash. Like he sells it with pinpoint precision. But then the way how he reacts to it instantly after that takes all the suspicion away. So that's how you know Meryl's probably not believing that nigga's Vash right off that.
Yeah, fact, way faster. As fast as he dodged, he's like, and he was like, oh shit.
So it goes to so Cliff aims to shoot Vash, but he's quick, but he sells it with fear. So he goes to Cliff and knocks him back. But Cliff's suit is packed to the gills with blickies. I said this nigga got the Steve Harvey Hitman collection.
Son, the way Vash rolled up on him and poked him in the nose, like, nah, son, you and your gun. I got this one. He's like, oh yeah, son. Show you.
Facts.
Like,
I don't know what subsection of Steve Harvey's suit collection this shit is, but this nigga stay strapped.
Son opened up his jacket and full blicky on it.
That's what I'm saying. You had that shit for days. So he packed to the gills with that shit, and Vash messes up his aim by knocking him back, and then he hits one of his upper pipes, which causes the house to explode and the water to spill all over the damn town.
Yeah, he blowed up the generator, and dams went kablooey. The house exploded, all the water came rushing.
All the shit that nigga could lose, lost. Not only did he lose his house, he lost the water, all the possessions, so you know what next had to go.
And now the whole town is underwater.
Yep, which, I mean, I don't know. Count that as however you want to see, since the town was deserted before. Now they're probably dead underwater. But hey, once again, the town is saved, just like they tried with the last episode.
And
so Cliff was,
paperwork.
Yep, Cliff was captured. The town is full of water. Mari is grateful, and then out of nowhere, Mari really realizes that Vash is Vash when he decides to dip. Like, she was like, if you were really said Vash, though, I gotta collect that bounty on you. He's like, well, I guess that's my cue to go. And then, like, right when he's walking away, we get Mari's true feelings about him, where she starts feeling the boy.
Right? Okay.
But she said that shit out loud to Meryl, and Meryl was like, excuse me, the fuck? And she was like, you but a girl, you don't know what a real man is. Like, damn. Shit.
That's crazy.
So, yep. So Vash is on his way, disappointed he ain't getting no ass, but that was the vibes. So that anything plays and the preview plays on. But nah, that shit at the end where Vash was super disappointed he ain't getting no ass had me dying.
Man, he's like,
shit. He was like, I could have sticked around and got some ass. Damn, man.
I felt it.
Shit. Alright, so my final impressions of this episode was that creepy Vash in this era is cringe, but it's funny seeing him being a love-struck loser, pretty much. This episode felt like a mini movie, and I'm already enjoying the cast of these three straight up. So if they go on multiple adventures, I'm just watching them just straight for these characters. They're fun and their interactions are great. So knowing slowly Vash is very interesting. Like knowing how he is and how he'll come to be is very interesting. Seeing like the slow movement of him, like how he figured out to keep his identity was to sell fear from a bullet that he dodged with friggin' ease. Like that shit's interesting. So it makes you want to continue to see more adventures of these people.
For real, I enjoyed it. Comedy was there.
Yep.
Vash, Perry Vash was to be expected because the time frame we're coming from. So,
pretty much. Yep.
And so I enjoyed it. I would continue it. Give some thumbs up for me.
Fact. Big thumbs up for me. So we definitely recommend it. If anybody tries to go through the classic Trigun and shit like that, that's a good time, man. To everybody, each his own their opinions. With this opinion, I mean, we give it big credit, and going forward, we definitely agree with anybody who wanted to rewatch a Trigun for sure, especially before the reboot drop. Yep. So we closed the book on Trigun episode 1 and 2. Alright, so once again, to let y'all know, we got an email set up at blerdbynature@gmail.com. I want to send that straight out to all them cons out there that's looking for people for press passes and shit like that. Send that shit to the email, baby. Yep. Send that manifestation straight to the email so we can start getting these travels on, baby. Yes. So Facebook and Instagram at Blerd By Nature, Twitter at Blerd By Nature, spelled Nature. Co-host, hit us with the YouTube.
You find us on YouTube by searching for Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Yes, and check out our latest episode that should be dropping around sometime now, and all the other episodes in our classics that we got 22 out so far as recording of this episode, and as I speak, at 22 out. We got more to come, and you guys gonna see all the great stuff we got coming up all around. Everything's working in motion, and like we manifesting, we gonna gravitate, we gonna grow, we gonna keep all this good shit going.
For real, that's gonna keep the momentum moving.
Facts. Any last notes before I hit the outro, co-host?
Let's see. I can't wait to start getting into these Vault episodes.
Yeah, boy.
That's be fun.
Y'all gonna hear something.
Oh yeah, we still definitely working out the guest stuff.
Oh, facts. People, y'all info is not out of vain. Y'all gonna pull up. We gonna have a good time chatting, and y'all gonna be part of the family history right before we take the rocket ship to the moon.
Right, so I guess with that said, yo, hit us outro.
No. But I hit us with the outro anyway. Thanks for joining us today from Black Thought to Nerd Power. This is Nicholas, Mr. Go With The Flow.
And this is the man with the plan, Maurice.
And this was another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Thank you for listening, everyone, and until next time.
Peace.